Today's Tale Caesar is playing BattleTech once again, and today we're up against Dr. Bonsai, and this is the real deal. We are playing. We're playing a tournament match here. Sorry, I've got Dr. Bonsai on the line, but we're ignoring him for just a sec. While we get things rolling, we're gonna just sprint right up this hill and get in to combat. I have brought a trebuchet, a locust, a kintaro, and a hunchback here, and I have no idea what my opponent's brought, but we'll see in a sec. We're probably going to tank around here and we'll see how things go. Sorry, I was just doing my intro. I didn't mean to ignore you there.
Perfectly fine. Good luck and have fun, right?
Yeah, same for you. So who's better, you or Calidus?
I honestly don't know. We usually had a 50-50 outcome in our matches. Sometimes he wins, sometimes I do. Sometimes it's more like, oh, let's fool around, so hard to tell. He's really good.
Alright, good. That gives me some confidence then. Alright, so we're probably going to stick our tanks up in the front here. We're going to probably park the treb just a little bit back in the tree line. And we're going to keep our little locust close by. We're not too sure what he's got. I need to feel him out just a little to get a feel for what's going on. I know he likes to run... He says he likes to run a mixed, something that can deal with everything. And if that's what's going to happen, I'm guessing he's going to have a treb in here somewhere. It's probably going to be, might even be a mirror match here. Not too sure. But we are gonna get on
There's
up.
Actually, a lot of really decent players I didn't even know before the tournament. Just like last week when everything exploded and people were running matches like crazy, I realized, wow, there's quite a lot of really good players out there. So this tournament will be interesting.
We could probably think to sprint here. I might be okay with this move. I think we're gonna hit some contacts pretty soon though, so I would like some trees as well. There is the alternative going this way as well. The reason I'm thinking about this is because I want to kind of rotate into this combat as well. 4 evasion's pretty good for us though. I think we'll take that. We'll get you up here as well. I would definitely like some trees. Now from memory, it is the other side on the Kintaro. So we're going to have to forward face here. Treb into the trees. Sumo is going to back us up. Come on Sumo baby, get in there. Just chill in the back. And that's us. Yeah, there's definitely, I mean, I've been surprised, just random gaming. And there's definitely some surprises in there. So it'll be interesting to see what we get out of the ladder. So we need to start looking to rotate some of the stuff. We've got Mockingbird over here in the Hunchback, so we can kind of have a peek at what he's got. We would like to know at least a little bit about his lance. I'd say if he doesn't hit us now, we're gonna...
Yeah, right now it's like, I think there's 3 variants which work very well. It's the Sumo thing, the Fire Start, with Paradise of course. And there were also some guys just running 4 mediums, spreading the damage very well, or going the lights all together, but having quite some success with that as well. Nurgle comes to mind. He had a very balanced lance once and completely crushed me.
Alright, I think we get the Hunchback towards the front here, in some trees. We'll rotate a little here. We'll see if we ping him.
I don't know what I gave her. You like Vindicators anyway, so I don't have to tell you.
I love my Vindicator. Although I am finding it a little weak in the damage department.
It is, it is.
Alright, so we got that in there. We're probably gonna...
But then again, what else can you get jumping that tonnage? Where's Reinforcer, which doesn't really bring that much more damage, just with...
I could look to move like this,
ammo restrictions.
because we do want to kind of ping him, over him pinging us, and then I can get this out of here if need be. So we'll see if we get a ping first up. Alright, so that's probably going to stuff us now. Without pinging him, we're probably going to get pinged first, so it's going to be our start.
What I don't get is the Centurion hate. People all look down
Bring
on
the
the
trap
Centurion.
up.
I think it's quite decent actually. Sure, you have to watch out for it, but
And we'll put
it's not like
Sumo in here.
G would be that much tougher. Then draws a go, so Mech is kinda limited to me.
I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a lance I like with 3 Centurions and a Fire Starter. Hey, Calidus, you haven't missed anything. It does alright with the Centurions. No contact yet. We don't know what we're up against. I was surprised that I got to here with no contact. I have no idea what he's running. I'm a little concerned. I wasn't quite sure what to bring against him. I thought about the dual fire starters, but I suspect with a sumo matchup, I might get outplayed there. And yeah, this stuffed me. This move right here stuffed me. I should have come in a little bit slower. Maybe I should have just stayed here. This is probably at the edge of our sense lock range too. And then I could have walked for this hill to ensure that we get contact next. Is this his light? That is his light. We have no idea. None of my pilots are going to tell me much about any of this. So he's got his light there. So he's playing pretty defensively. How much can we see? We don't know how much we can see. We can have a look.
I have to admit, I jumped into your stream once very quickly. And saw the random game with Kalidos with random lances.
So he doesn't have too much here. We're a little... I don't want to push too hard with this. We're going to reserve, and then we're going to do some stuff here. Mockingbird's going to be probably up in a sec. Yeah, that was a bit awkward, that match. I didn't think I didn't think it would random custom lances. And Calidus, yeah, he rolled into something that I wasn't expecting. So he had to play nice for me. Alright, so that's fine. We're probably going to move something back
right.
here.
The custom lances are in the rotation as well.
I'm considering probably a move with Sumo. Just over this way.
It takes the fun out of it because, well, they are significantly stronger.
We know if we don't move too far forward, he's still only got coverage back here.
I want to delete all my custom lances just to have a random lance game.
And he should be okay. Keeps us in range of this pile. Well, that was the thing. I suggested randoms because it kind of evens it up, right? It's just a fun match with some random junk, but yeah, unfortunately the customs are in there. Alright, so this gives away no idea of what we're doing. So he might reserve down again, but it's going to be his start.
Hawk and the Griffin, I'll be rocking 4 hunchbacks.
Alright, so it's his start no matter what. He might reserve down to phase 1, yeah. So it's probably the best bet to reserve down to phase 1 because you have no idea if I'm bringing a heavy or not. If you went in this phase, maybe I'm hiding an assault back here. I mean, that would be pretty insane, but it could be a possibility. I really want to know what this is. If I know what this is, we're probably going to have an idea of what his lance is. So this guy moved. I don't think Mockingbird's really in range for this. Yeah, she's just out of range. So at best, we're looking for a bit of a move here. I could just do... this. I could just do buckshot, hold position, and see what we get here. If I rotate, he gets an idea that we rotated this mech. If I don't rotate this mech, he shouldn't have too much of an idea of what's going on. So we'll see how we do with this. He still has... I don't think he has any of this stuff back here. Maybe he's got Mockingbird. Let's have a look with Mockingbird. Okay, so he doesn't have Mockingbird. So we're going to just sit tight with Buckshot for a sec. Not give away too much information. I am going to apologize right now This is probably going to be a pretty long, brutal match. Just because I'm going to go slow on the positioning. 20 tons. So we have a locust right there. If the sensor locks us, I'm guessing he's got a treb lance. I would still say this is probably a treb lance for him. If it's a treb lance, I'm not overly keen to push just yet till we see what's going on. Now, does he have Mockingbird here? I'd say he's got Mockingbird now. Yeah, so he's got Mockingbird, and I'd say he's got the treb. So he's got everything here now. I could go for a sensor lock and do a solid 60 damage to the side. Well, it's close to the side of a locust. He's probably got a fair bit of movement, so we'd probably do a bit less than 60. I'd say we'd do about 20 maybe. And to the side, it might be worthwhile. Just to loosen things up a little and see what pops out of the woodwork here. So we're probably just going to sensor lock without moving. What's the side of one of these take? Takes about 40. It's pretty well armored. Yeah. I think it is going to be a long match. So we're not giving up too much of what's moving. From memory, as long as you don't move anything, you kind of don't get too much of an idea of what's going on. So for him, these are just not moving, and he's like, well, something's going to be braced here. Alright, so this is going to move. Is this going to block? He has the advantage here. So that's probably the medium. This is definitely a sumo locust. He has the advantage in that he gets to lock and then fire. And I only have one mech left. So I'm considering a bit of a shift here. I would definitely like side shots. So that's side shots. 45. I have 8 rounds of firing. If I fire from here, do I still get the side? I do. It's probably better to move with Arclight a little. But to move, I think, yeah, we're not going to get any evasion. He's going to know this is my treb as well. I'm going to maybe have to get out of this weird situation. Now, from memory, what do we got? We got the LRM-15. So we kind of want to rotate here a little. Alright, so we're going to rotate like this. We're going to drop some on this. So this will be my first of 8 rounds of firing. So we'll give that a little bit of stick. I have a distinct feeling we've taken exactly the same lance, but we'll see in a sec.
I have the same. I came up with this lance like 2 weeks ago, and people considered it meta or good or strong or something. Been popped quite a lot. I think Nurgle and Kalidos have both been giving it a shot. But no personal mine or yours. It's just the stuff we bring.
Well, I have a feeling, like, I took this because I feel like this is probably maybe the best chance you have to deal with dual fire starters as well, with the sumo punch.
Yes, and running the Kentaro instead of another 4P with the trebuchet, it kind of gives you some knockdown potential as well, which the other lances like Kalidos and stuff are using completely lack. They are more brutal, but no knockdown potential.
Alright, so his treb's probably sitting back here. I have a feeling if you can't see it, is he gonna move it forward? If this is an arc light, this is going to be painful. At least it's not an arc light. So that's his first turn of firing, right? So the real question is we know now what the lance is. Actually, no. He's changed it up a little. No, because the arc light is in the treb. So he's going to hold this position. And we're just going to wail on each other? I'm not convinced that that's going to be a winning strategy. What I need for this probably to move into somewhere that we can see it well. He's going to reserve down. I doubt you look to lock. Yeah, you don't move and lock. Surely not. You probably back up. How much? I should have looked at how much damage I did. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. If he locks us, what locked? This locked. Okay, so this locked, right? So we know this is the sensor locker here. We can play a little bit of a game with this. It's going to be an interesting game. So we got to keep outside of sensor lock, just a tad. He's probably looking to lock this. So he's going to get a turn to lock. I've got to make sure this works before I back out. Please tell me... Oh my god, he doesn't. I need somebody to remain to have these guys in the bubble for a very good reason. As soon as I back out of the bubble, it'll go back into move phase with this guy. This is a big risk though. This would go down to 2 evasion. We would eat what he ate. Oy. Okay, is there anywhere that I can not go up that hill? So we can look for something like this. So now if he sensor locks the Kentaro, we can back the Kentaro up. He's most likely going to sensor lock Sumo, but we'll see. We'll see. He doesn't know what that was. Alright, so he's going to keep on that. I could edge forward. I would have to edge forward with buckshot first. I could risk it all on the fact that he might only have 1 sensor locker. If I were to do that, we could fire him with the LRM-5s, shred off a little bit more evasion off his Sumo. And then fire in with this again. He's probably likely to do the same to us though. This is a serious problem now. Would you bring a sensor locking Kentaro as well?
I get the feeling this will be a long cat and mouse game.
Alright, I think we're gonna push forward a little. I'm not gonna risk him having a second sensor locker. We'll find out if he's got a second sensor locker in a sec. But for now, we're not gonna risk it, I don't think. It does screw us up. We don't get to fire this turn. But so be it. Should be the LRM-5. Yeah. And then it's going to be the LRM-15s. So we're going to have to keep Sumo back for the next round. But I think we could maybe take this hill. Does he then push into us? Maybe. Let me think. Who gets to go first? So I go. He has a light. I reserve. He reserves. I get to go first. We could eat a very big round of firing though. I don't want to walk in. He could walk. He's still got to go. With probably the no, the Kantaro's been, so he's probably still got the. He's locked with something. Okay. I think we'll take the sprint here. Should be this arm, right? Sprint gets us to the hill. He could move forward. I don't want to sprint that far forward, I think. Yikes. Yeah, let's take it. We're gonna take it. So he's gonna drop his LRM-15s on us. He could push for this, get vision, if he wanted. So that's the second round of firing. It's a lot of damage. Poor old Locust. So we've probably done a bit less than him, right? So we've done, okay, about 20 damage. I jam Arclight too far forward as well. We've got some issues. Might step just a little bit back from this. That might still be in range. Sound like that's probably okay. We haven't blocked this road, so we're okay as well. And arm-wise, this way. I'm pretty sure we're all going to run out of LRMs. Okay, so it's his start.
Sorry?
I was just saying I reckon we're going to run out of LRMs. Actually, I've stuffed this up. Sorry, you weren't supposed to hear that part.
Every single game I run out of LRMs.
Alright.
But it's
So,
only 8 shots, so.
if he reserves, I reserve. He gets to go first. If he goes, he could sensor lock this. I reserve. He gets to fire into this. Ooh. Ooh. Is that how... I wouldn't have... Maybe I would have done this... I would have sensor locked this. And then probably blasted it for a fair chunk of damage, right? Is there any way I can get an advantage here? I don't think so. So if I reserve, he gets to go first. He's probably going to rush my Kantaro. Or does he bother? He probably just keeps down the path he's going. We'll see. I think we reserve here. I could have maybe sensor locked something and then fired, but most of the stuff is pretty well entrenched, right? Without being able to see. I don't think I want to feed him the start. I think we trust in the Kintaro to maybe eat face here. If he does push out of these trees. So what do we know? We know this is the Kintaro. We know this is the Mockingbird 4P or whatever, the laser version. We know that's the Locust. I'm pretty happy to reserve. He's got to have it in this little ditch somewhere. We're going to go down to phase 1 here. He's got to have it down here somewhere, right? So he's basically protecting it up. Because he knows that if he fires, then there's a chance to sensor lock it, right? Is he coming in for vision? Is that vision? I wish the game told... I'm pretty certain that's not vision. Sometimes the game's really weird. It doesn't tell you about this spot here, which I find annoying. So his Locust is braced. Well, trees affect it though. I mean, at the moment, not so much, but trees can give you some weird issues. Well, they give you what you should get, right? They give you concealment versus non-concealment. Let's have a look. So if I push forward with a sensor lock, or I push forward for vision, I really want to fire on that kind of. I'm tempted to sensor lock this again. His stuff pushes forward to fire, which is probably not going to happen. I'd say he looks to sensor lock, or is he going to look to push? Alright, we're going to do this. Oh my god, I stuffed that up. Should have known. That's fine, that's fine. Fine. It's not quite what I wanted to do. I wanted to sense lock this, fire. Well, turn and fire, and then fire, but we'll see what happens. He has a choice to sensor lock something. He's rotating his Mockingbird. Okay. Is there a way for a decent amount of evasion? I'm getting... The scare about this is I'm getting a little far away from everything else. I could go for vision here. It leaves us exposed a little to this stuff. To evasion. We're gonna rotate a little. Puts us close to that as well. I need trees most likely. Kintaro pushes out. To fire with the Kintaro, he doesn't have to have vision if I give him vision. We come in, fire. I don't like it. I think we're just going to take some evasion. God, I got 30 seconds here. Going to take evasion and a brace. It's wearing at the Kintaro a little. Just need to keep out of range of some of this stuff. Let's get going before we get shot here. So there'll be a third turn of firing. He's actually doing what I wish I was doing. Which is firing every turn, but I kind of want to get over this hill too. Take you, and we take you, right? He gets his turn first. So he could get us with this. That's braced, right? I could get vision. He's gonna have 4 evasion though. It's gonna eat a lot. And then what are we looking to get out with? Take to here. These have no evasion. We could just brace on it a little. Probably that guy there. We can't really reserve once we get to that point. Fire on his Kentaro. Pretty happy to maybe just fire on this Kentaro actually. He could fire at this. Sorry, that's not the Kentaro, that's the 4P. He could fire at this. For evasion. If he knocks it enough, we can't sprint it out. Yeah, I know, I'm cutting my time really close. The minute and a half. When this game first came out, I argued for shorter timers, and I actually find it really hard doing the shorter timers. Alright. Alright, I maybe would have considered... Would I consider knocking this guy, forcing him with no sprint? Could be interesting, right? Could be an interesting development. We kind of want front shots. I would love front shots. What do we got for the front? 70s. So that gives us a 19% chance to hit the CT. Does put us in a really garbage position though. I really don't want to climb in with the treb. I can get CT from here. He then turns to lock the treb. How far? We'd have to sprint the treb out to not get shot at. I've got On a Night's spreadsheet up. It's all beta testing, but it's from the beta 2, and I've got it up next to me because I want to know chances here. I normally don't have it up, but I need it for this, I feel. I really don't want to climb in with this dude, but I think we're gonna just... We're gonna give him a little, and then if we need to, we can sprint and get out. Yeah, sure, I'll link it too. I actually asked him for it because I had it before and then I lost it, and he's given me all his spreadsheets. He does some great work. Like, he gives you all the DPS and stuff for everything. I'll give you the whole bunch of what I have. So now what do you want to do? He has vision here. This is super dangerous for us. This is a bulwark, this is a bulwark. So these guys don't care. about sitting here. Could treb this guy again. But doing that will leave us super exposed with the treb. So yeah, 4 evasion and a decent rotation. And will he fire at this again? This arm's kind of beaten up. We kind of want to rotate it in the other arm. So we can get, not 4 evasion there. I really don't want to be too close to these guys having a move and a fire. So what do we got here? We've got probably a move and a fire from this guy, which would put us up here and firing. This guy moves in, sensor lock from here. I am maybe down for this. Let's rotate this arm in just a tad. Race up. Get poor old Sumo. Huh. What did he vote against you in? What I really need is for stuff to move. Let's see, he goes last, I go first. That's alright, Dr. Bonsai, he just straight up, he's just like, nah, I'm gonna beat you. He just predicted straight up. In fact, he even managed to, while doing the predictions, he managed to just set the game to be a win for him already. Which I thought was funny. Luckily, Prussian Havoc fixed it for us, but I did think that was hilarious. So we know he's only got 1 sensor lock, right? This guy's actually blocking the path. He could run forward to give vision. Probably unlikely, though. Treb's fine. We've already sensor locked. He probably just backs up with this. Because you no longer need this to be providing vision. Unless you drive it forward. You're not going to... He's not going to drive it forward. I very rarely think he's going to drive it forward. Actually, I should have looked at what the pilot was here. You know what? I think it could go either. It could. I was saying to Dr. Bonsai that it's a bit rough that we got a fairly hard match together, straight up. Alright, so now what we want to do here, I really would like some... He's still got this to go. I really cannot afford to push too far forward. We could move... I could give vision. He starts to get to fire with these guys, though. So he's already gone with that. He's still got the treb to go. I start. He goes. I go. Okay. I think this is probably okay. He probably runs this in, right? Where's my... Okay, my sumo's right there. Is this the right arm? This is not the right arm, is it? I really don't want to lose this arm. Alright, we're going to face forward here. He's torso twisted this in pretty well. Does he move this in? I don't think you moved that in. Or is this already gone? This hasn't gone. So this hasn't gone and his treb hasn't gone, right? At the moment, he's definitely winning. Pushing in this game against this kind of lance is never good. He's already gotten a fair few rounds of firing his LRMs. I'd say you probably only need about 3 rounds of firing with LRMs when it all gets sticky. Because you want at least a little bit of knockdown potential, right? And if you run your LRMs dry, you might lose that. I've got some other issues here. So if I step in, I'm starting to get really close to these guys here. I could take the 80% to the front. So now what are we looking at? We're looking at you. You need to get into these trees. Really, I'm okay with beating this guy up, I think. I mean, I feel like I'm getting the better hit chances at least. Just the, it's just going to be the turn where he just sprints forward that's going to be scary. At least this round, I get to go first in the medium phase. So we are going to have, an okay time there. Alright, so we're 100 and something into that. What's he into us? He's about 60 into that and 40 into that. This has still got to get blessed by this thing. Does he run this in for vision? So you run this in for vision. No, you don't run this in for vision, right? You keep this, you got to keep this guy going, I think. I don't know if I'm getting the better trades here. Has he shot into Mockingbird at all? No. Maybe I am getting close to better trades with some direct fire. He's got this treb really far back. It's been indirect the whole time. I've been indirect the whole time. Well, I've actually been direct fire there. He's got to fire the LRM-5 off this thing a few times. Treb does 75 off lasers, right? I think he's considering whether this is the turn to go in. This is a little awkward that I'm back here. So you go in. You get to start next... No, you don't get to start next turn. So you go in. You try for a punch on this? Nah, okay, he's backing up. Alright. So I've only done a little bit of damage here. So it's my start. Do I want to do anything shifty? Not really. With that backing up, there's not much I can really do but push forward, I guess. You maybe get to unleash into the side of this. He's going to get to fire that back. Is that a reasonable trade? This thing does so much more damage. He then maybe moves... That's probably out of range, right? We're going to have to check a few things here. I definitely can't go with this, because then you would just push forward and blast this. Alright, we're going to reserve down. Shit, I should have checked... Uh-oh. There shouldn't be vision here. Yeah. I mean, I'm following him in. And it's always better to be the one being followed, I feel. Alright, so let's have a look. So he has vision there. If we move here, Is this because this is max range? It is not, right? Yeah, so he could... Let's turn that off. Okay, so he's out of range to fire this guy. If I sit here, do I think he's going to run this in to fire? If he moves that to fire, this is when the LRMs could come in handy. I might have to move Sumo here to get an idea of what he wants to do. Does he fire on Sumo again? I think we have to move you. It's a little too close for my comfort. I've got 20 seconds. Could move up here, move there, move here. I put myself in a bad spot a little. Could move back here. He probably fires on this then. I think I'm down for this. And then we can come back in for the melee. Let's go. So if I was him, I would choose to fire with this first. And then I have to fire back, and then you get to move this and fire on something. That's probably the better order of things. Alright, he's gone with the Kintaro. Sweet. So we should be able to push. Damn you, sir. I'd say he fires on this. I'm surprised he didn't push with the Kintaro there. Well, I'm surprised he did it in that order. I would have fired this, then pushed the Kintaro out maybe, or moved Sumo. Well, you gotta push the limit, right? It's gotta be this. I think it's gotta be that arm. I can't afford to lose the other arm. So we can jam. Oh, that's why. Interesting. He's just short of range. Alright, I think we just eat a few to the side then. I was hoping this was in range, because then you could maybe threaten to push with that. Where this is a little awkward with these LRMs. Now do you push forward with this? If you push forward with this, I don't think he definitely doesn't decamp this to move. Fliminal. Yeah. The timers are so bad sometimes. I've already done a move where I ran out of time, right? It just takes so long to think of... I take so long to think about my moves. Alright. It's a reasonable decision. It's a reasonable decision. Problem for him is, by doing that, we can sprint back, and now he can't fire his treb. We can't fire ours, but we can move this. Gives us a turn of doing things. You shouldn't be able to fire your treb unless the rules have changed, which they could have. He could push... He could push the... He could push the Locust forward to get us into vision here. Which might hurt. Is there a way I can sprint reasonably well? and not into this mess. This is 4 evasion, something like this. That should take us out of range. He should not be able to fire those LRMs. Unless he has to now push this forward. I don't mind LRM spam onto this. I mean, this can handle 4 evasion plus trees. The way it should operate, and the way I still assume it operates, is if these guys don't have sensor lock range, then this doesn't show, which means you can no longer fire this, but I don't know. I've seen some weird stuff out of the game sometimes, so I'm hoping that's still the case. So now he doesn't get to fire. We get to go last. He's probably gonna... Oh, there it is. Alright, Rain of Death onto the sides. That one hurt a little. That's getting him pretty close to how we are. So now we can take a bit of a sprint up this hill to even ourselves out. He goes last. I go first. I wish, desperately wish I could get to a little bit closer here. But that said, if we can't, we're just going to have to take what we get. I hate this sometimes. It gives me annoyance, but let's go like this. So everyone's got their bruises up front. We're a little out of range with this now. We're eating possibly direct fire from here. So you could move with this. It's our start. We reserve. It's your go. Do you treb this again? Possibly. You're getting maybe... What did I say? It's 60 damage, right? You maybe get this into structure. Alright, so he's applying vision. Wow, that is a move and a half. He's going for the debrace. I reserve. He goes in. I get my start. He definitely can't go that way. He can't. I don't think he can ram this. If you ram this and fire this, you're still looking at only a medium laser, right? Unless you go in from the back. This gets pummeled by all of this, although this is a little out of position. I think he reserves. He's got vision here. He could go for this. He could punch this, rocket it, LRM it, sorry. He's probably better off with this, though. Oh no, he pushes us a turn, doesn't he? So now we go back a turn. He gets to go full on this with everything. Okay. So then he drops the LRMs. Is he going for the knockdown as well? He's got to drop LRMs from here. Fire him at this. This is where it gets real aggressive, right? So he's going to go full on this turn, right? So we're going to take lasers from this. This is going to unmove to fire the lasers. Alright, here's where it gets interesting, right? How are we doing on arm? So we're going to lose the medium laser plus that side. Plus we're gonna go down. I'm better off reserving probably. He's gonna do all of his moves anyway. And then we can think about how to get this situation under control. Can we actually... So we can't even punch you. Could punch you. Get you up. Punch you again. This is gonna be in our way. He gets to go first. No matter what, he gets to go first. I think he fires him with this and then he blasts us in the torso with this, right? This has to come out though. If this survives, we get to probably knock this guy. Or we'd be close to it. No, we'd knock him next turn. We're going to reserve. I'm just going to use my time to think. We need to get this guy up here. You need to come around. Alright, we're going to reserve. So you move the Kentaro, you knock this, you zap this with the torso. Thankfully he has to step this around. I would probably step it... I would step this way, I think, to continue on the side here. Or, actually no, I'd step this way. You want some damage on the CT, right? Luckily we're in trees, so this should eat a little bit. He can't reserve because he basically wants to knock this now. But he's also got a bit of a problem with pushing out onto this. What do we do? Yeah, so he's going for the front. Do as much damage as he can here. In the hope that this kills us. Oof. Alright. We're actually going to get knocked multiple times here, aren't we? I have to clear this, I think. I definitely have to clear this to avoid getting multiple knocks. Here it comes. Are we gonna survive? Alright, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright, so we need to reserve again. And then we need to think about what we're doing here. So we hit this guy. Yeah, it was bad shots for him. He could have gone close to killing me. So we hit you in from the side. You're unsteady. We get you up, we destroy you. We bring you in, we fire. This guy gets knocked. This guy comes up, this guy punches him. Okay, I think this is the turn we're gonna go for. That twists your hump over this way. Actually, it twists it towards that. So we probably punch from here so that we're forward facing. And then you come in. Yeah, let's go. Alright, we pretty much need this to hit. Alright, so that should unsteady you. Can I do enough to you to knock you down? I think so. Let's get Arclight. Needs to come up. What kind of chance have you got? 70s. Alright, here it goes. Actually, I should have moved this guy first. I hope that doesn't block. Ah, sweet, we should be fine. So you drop everything. I could actually maybe stand this guy up and fire an SRM in. Because sometimes the... What can I get here? Side shots, please. Medium laser. That should be okay. 4 evasion. Let's go. I could have maybe have hit this guy and then done the cold shot. So you fire in. Excellent. So I go... What do I need here? If I knock him, he's into the mediums. These guys get to go. You're standing up. Your arm's okay-ish on that side. So stand you up. So I could risk the SRMs in. He's closing distance here, or I could punch this. Probably better off just risking the SRMs in. So we twist and shout. He's probably going to go for front anyway. Look to blow that arm. We twist. Has to be SRMs. I think we'll drop everything except for the LRMs. I could even LRM sideways. What are the chances here? That, and then probably this guy. What's a B look like? 45? Forget about it. Alright, so we need this to knock him, and then we kick him again with sumo. And then we go from there. Or he dies. That's okay. We're still in a really bad position. But that should have given us our brace back. Now, what does he work on? He probably keeps working on this. Alright, so what can I work on here? If I go... kind of want to go last with sumo. So I'm considering reserving in. It's his start. He's probably going to brace up here. How far can sumo make it? Yeah, so we can look to do exactly the same to him. Minus his sumo, right? We'll probably go for something like this. Ugh. Could actually go from this. And then he's going to have a harder chance to melee us. I'd say he blasts in though. Before I get a chance. Alright, so we're going to reserve. It's going to get a little hairy for this dude. This dude could die. A bad death. If we lose that for a locust, it is probably a good game. We'll see how we roll. He could even consider this. Probably not. He probably just keeps wailing on this. CT hits will be good for him. From the side, he has a 4% chance of the CT. From the front, 19. So to get front, he has to go this way. He might... No, you can't try for that, really. You could. I definitely don't think he reserves here. I don't know what the pathing's like. I don't know if the pathing tries to force you over this. It does sometimes, weirdly. So he's going for the brace. He's just going to fire in. I don't know if I twisted enough to stop. I'm hoping I twisted enough for not front, but that looks like it might be front. Really? Did he just run out of time?
Damn, ran out of time. I was just about to fire. Well,
I actually did that before we started combat. I actually did that over the hill. I ran out of time. Alright, that's really not great for him. Could fire on this. He's going to probably brace that. That might be okay for us. So who wants to fire where? I think you want to fire, right? Probably got... although we've already done... yeah, mistakes have been made. He's still got a lot of knockdown going on. So if we fire onto this, 45s is not great. It's full armor. Gives us a chance to work on him. Treb needs to get in. He's probably going to fire the Treb from the front. I think I'm good to fire on this though. Just to get the brace going. And then we decide what to do next turn. This is tempting, but it's into a brace. Alright, I'll take 100 damage. So he's probably going to brace here. We'll get our sumo in next turn. We'll wail on his Kintaro. I would prefer this, actually, than the Kintaro. Yeah, I was surprised by those rolls. We've done minimal damage to the CT. Need a bit of face here. I'll probably wait a sec here. We will... what do we got? I could run in sumo. And then we'll punch next turn. I could get around the back of this. That would probably not be worth it to me though. Because in the long run we're going to get this on the ground. Could fire in though. Give us an extra 25 damage. Well, it's going to be 12, right? Let's have a looky here. So we want to hit this guy. Because we're going to... actually, we want to hit this guy, really. Because we're going to push him on the ground next turn. So we just want to do as much damage as we can here. To make it easier to kill him. He's got vision with his treb. So he could treb us back. But I don't mind that since we need to share a little bit of the love. That was some pretty nice hitting there. So he could treb us back. I'm pretty sure it said it had vision. But we should be okay with this taking a treb hit with 2 evasion. And maybe should have gone with Buckshot before Buckshot loses the arms. And whatever's in this. Yeah. I kind of wanted to do Buckshot last. Just to eat this, the stability. See, now he's offering up his one, but that's not in range from memory. So we should be able to move via punch. I'm tempted to run though, just in case. But let's check it out. So a move gets us... How many squares is this? It's 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 6. 7, 8? It's about 8. Definitely sure we can get in next turn. I'd rather do 12 damage just in case it hits the CT. Alright, let's go with buckshot for starters. Buckshot, baby. Just rotate maybe a little bit more. I don't know if that was rotation or not. We'll turn off the LRMs. We're going to need... We want a turn of firing this again. So we'll probably go like this. Because we do need this to fire again next turn. When he goes down, sumo. To take the 25 or not is the real question. Chance to do damage to the side. It's not the greatest of sides. What we really need is that CT. It's better chance from the front, which would be over here. This is running rather hot. He's going to want to punch with this. I really want to hit from that rubble. If I move here, we should have some evasion going in next turn. God. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 to hit. Okay, I'm going to risk it. I don't mind risking this. If I've stuffed this, then I've stuffed it. Oh. And there you go. So we got that. He's got his arc light. Yeah. So he's got his arc light. He could fire in again over here. Look to rip the SRM. I definitely didn't rotate enough for this. He could step this way and go ham again. He must be getting close to running out of ammo. I mean, I wish you could look. It'd be nice if you could look. Does he reserve? I'd say he reserves. Oh my god. He has a damn cold shot. Alright. Was not expecting that. Okay. Fair enough. So we are... Why do you have to get a cold shot? Well, that ruined that plan slightly. Because now we're in a brace war here, and I have a feeling he's up in brace. We don't have a lot of evasion on this thing. He's gone. I reserve. I could maybe get around punching that thing with this, but it would be a sprint. A punch. Our Kintaro's not well off. He fires at the Kintaro again. Damn, that sucks. I kind of needed Sumo to do some work there. I totally forgot you had Fury. Sumo was
Yeah,
most surprised.
I had saved it up. I wanted to use it on something else actually, but when missing my timing back there and skipping a turn, I couldn't do that. So. Dumb luck and happy accidents.
Alright, that puts us in a real bad spot now. Ooh, that puts us in even a worse spot. So what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Let's have a look. How far can you sprint? So I can sprint you here. We fire with you, push you, sprint in, punch. It's a lot of our damage gone. And then we drop you on this and whatever's left of this. Is that gonna work? Sprint, fire, fire, punch, fire, fire. Maybe. We're a little desperate here. We also do open ourselves up to a knockdown. Alright, we're gonna try it, I think. I think we're a little out of pace here. We're gonna give them some SRMs. We're gonna actually probably gonna fire everything because I doubt we're gonna have an SRM next. So he fires and we go down. I sprint. That ruins me. Absolutely ruined me getting killed here. This leg is Harry Mc... Oh, there he goes. So Buckshot's down to 1 wound. He then gets to cold shot us from here. Okay. How much damage do we do? We do 200 and something, right? $85s. Move, fire, move. He gets to fire with this and this. Although this is rather hot. Alright, you need to climb in now. There's no way about this. Alright, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna shift this, fire, shift cold shot, and hopefully hit CT a fair bit. If not, we're in a little bit of pain. Close. So we get to fire twice into the CT. He gets to hit us. If I can trade Mike and Taro for his hunchback, maybe we're in a good position. So you move. We're going to kind of try and stay away from his Kintaro just a little. We can rotate a little as well. Damn, I hate firing through brace. So we're going to move. Fire into this guy with precision. 33. Alright. So then we get to fire with Arclight and Mockingbird again. You're probably dead. Yeah. Can't see you getting off the ground quick. Is he gonna fire at this? He could fire at this. This is in a poor position. He's most likely to fire at this though. You want to just finish this, right? Okay. Hanging on. He's gonna fire that in. Or is he gonna move it? So we move here, we fire. Fire. This is gonna be pretty even here. So we move in, we fire. Which arm? I want to kind of keep my medium lasers now, I think. Because I am going to run out of... I'm going to run out of LRMs. God, we're relying on a lot of RNG here. A lot of RNG. I could probably kill this now, but I do have to rely on medium lasers to hit the CT. We're running hot, he's running hot, he's running hot. Everybody's running hot. If I can get this up, it'll be some sort of craziness. If this guy survives, which I doubt, he's going to overheat this probably. Then if he survives, we get him up and we go on this as well. We just move and fire with everything we've got. Maybe I should have overheated, but I guess if I had overheated, this might be close to dead. Okay. He's gonna fire what he can into this, right? Alright, we're dead there. If this survives, we've basically lost. I could climb in. He could then step behind us. He's pretty cooking though. Then we get to use the small laser as well. Like every single chance we have at this thing. He can then only punch us in the side if he wants to. He would probably step behind and fire into the back though. I could offer up the front. He might offer us something like this. He goes behind us. He does a truckload of damage. If he goes behind us, we've got this to go behind him with. It's not huge, but it's something, I guess. I'm happy for that, I think. Or I could bulwark from here, right? But then we don't get to use the small laser. I think we risk the small laser here. I've got to be risky. Just to kill this, I think. There's no... I mean, the small laser is an extra 10 damage. I've got to roll well here. This has to be it. Alright, I won't lie, I'm a little nervous. I am a little nervous. It's all very much in the air still. Alright, so that gets to hit us in the hump. This has rough terrain. We probably don't have enough to knock it down though. Is he gonna shoot us in this side? He's out of his LRMs. I've got maybe a little of LRM left. It's probably... there's no knockdown though. There is absolutely no knockdown. He could roll for a punch on this. I think I reserve in. And we just wail on something as best we can. There's a lot of back armor on this guy. We're not too hot here. So he should only be able to punch us in the side. I mean, it's still a Kentaro punching us. Yeah, I'm glad that I at least traded for his 4p. I could still screw this up. Nerves might get to me in a sec. We'll see. It's been pretty good so far. I would have... This is such a shame I lost this. Okay, so he's going to cool himself down. How much work can I do? What he's done is he's actually done nicely there. He's edged on the... I bet you, yeah. So he edged on that. Is this where I just jam LRMs up his butt? I think I go all in on this. I mean, he could then get behind us. I could punch him and fire him from the side, but I think I just go all in here. So you can take that square, and you can take this square, and we just go all in. What kind of torso twist do we get? We get a decent one. He then gets to fire into us while we have nothing, although we get to double fire into this. What the hell? Nothing like a bit of spam. We get to double fire into the back. I think I'm down for this. In fact, we even get to punch him in the back, right? I'm gonna overheat for this. I'm well and truly... Because then we get to punch him anyway. For a second I thought I shut down. I just about didn't read that correctly. I was about to freak out. It's all about to freak out. So if he doesn't die here, we're going to have a hard time. But from the rear, CT 25%. We're all inning. We are all inning. Aye, aye, aye. Woo! Let's go. Alright. Alright, so it's his start. My go, it's always his start. Always his start. Okay, so for a treb with no LRMs, I think we're doing okay here. I probably want to punch this if I can. With my treb. Which I may not. I definitely want to keep my hunchback away from this. I can't let this get behind me. I could sensor lock. I could climb into the trees and sensor lock. Take down the evasion and then zap him. I think it's probably the move. Gets our heat down. Gets us in trees. It gets us away from this a little. Alright. Takes down the evasion at least. And we're just going to keep this hunchback away from his ass. I don't care if we're in the middle of nowhere. 75 damage isn't too scary, considering he has to climb past what's in these arms, actually? So from this side... Which side? Oh, that's the medium laser side. I think that keeps us away from him enough to not get behind us. Definitely don't want this behind me. Alright, we got this, I think. We got this. So I'm going to climb this way. I don't think that gives him back shots. I definitely want to keep this away from my back, though. 75 damage to the back is not fun. Unfortunately, that's a shit torso twist, but we'll have to take it. And I think we zap in everything. Oh, we hit him in the head. That's not great. That's okay, though. Who is this? This is Arclight, isn't it? So 3 hits. So down to 2. I don't even know who followed. I don't have my stuff up. But thanks for following. I've got spreadsheets up. I have spreadsheets. Right, so he's climbing in for the punch. I'm definitely going to wail on this arm. Oof. I'm going to probably move sideways, shoot him for 70, well, for whatever I can in these trees. So we shoot off this arm. Ooh, or do we? We probably punch him, actually. I need a little bit more heat back. So I think we go for the punch. Shoot off the last of this evasion. Move, fire. I might just climb onto this rubble now. It doesn't really matter. Ooh, CT hit is great. That is excellent. So now he's down to no evasion. I'm gonna try and climb onto this rubble. Keep ourselves away from this guy. I do... Oh my, that's a really bad move right there. I could just bulwark, right? But if we're gonna bulwark, I think I'm gonna forward face. He might punch me, but I'm gonna forward face here. Bulwark's not the biggest of deals anymore. But we are looking for this. If this comes off, we are good to go. We're definitely going to overheat. We just want to do max damage. If that arm comes off, then he's down to 1 hit. And hopefully we score in with something lucky there, right? So now he can move behind and shoot us if he wants. Got a bit of armor there, so he's probably not likely to do that. He's probably likely to punch us again. We need to stay away from him, though. It's definitely not a slug match that we want to put this guy into. Is he going to rotate here? Yeah, so he's backing up to keep this arm fresh. We're going to roll in, try and punch him from the front. He's going for the leg. Fair enough. Oh, man, give me my fury. Give me my fury. So we punch you. Can I actually punch you on the side? Not enough. So we punch you from the front. Again. Another 65. Take down this evasion. I could... No, there's no... We definitely don't do more than 65 if we shoot him. We're probably likely to miss one. Oh my god, this damage. Just, come on. Do not be doing this to me. I might have to ease up on the lasers here. Which is going to be not fun. Oh, you gotta be kidding. I can't afford to move in too close. So I'm just going to have to blast him from here. He might keep backing up on us. But we're just going to shear off a lot of this armor. I'm going to chill a little. I don't want to risk all my internals here. We're good for this, I think. Then we can turn on one laser next turn, and we're just... I should have just fired one laser last turn to stop this. Come on. He is absolutely humping it with this mech. I should get my cold shot next turn, though. We could look for... Actually, we've got to wait one more turn. If he climbs out of these trees, he's probably going to go this way, right? He can't climb out of these trees. Otherwise, life gets really bad for him. You could back up. You probably don't want to back up though. Yeah, I don't know what I would do in this stage. I would hope for maybe a punch to the face. It's the best you've got, I think. He's going for this leg though. Oh, he's going for the back. Interesting. Yeah. He's offering up the other side now. Oh man, I could go for his back. But I don't think at this point it's worth. We would kill this if we fire in. Let's have a look actually. I think we can punch him in the side again. That's nice. We hit the leg, he goes down. We hit this, it's gone. We hit this, all of this goes. I'm down for that. Come on, baby. There we go. Into the CT. One more hit. So if we take this leg, what's a leg from the front? A leg is 10% from the front. Okay, can I get a side shot? I really don't want to get behind him. We just saw what behind shots can do. From the front, I think we take the front. Rubble, he has a hard time punching us. He could still move behind us though. I think we just take from the front from here. If he goes to punch us on this side, he exposes that arm, but we can't. Okay. Punches us on this. Yeah, this is the better side for him to punch us on. So we'll give him something like this. Maybe he'll go for our hump. We will be on the rubble though, so it's going to be hard for him to get in there. We're going to put one more laser on. Although I get my cold shot next turn, so we're probably going to... This is what's heating us actually. That's small lasers. We'll turn the small laser off. Fire in. Next turn we get cold shot, we'll go with everything. If we don't get in this turn, I would love that leg. Oh, another head hit. Pilot in cap. Woo!
Mission successful.
Wow, that was pretty intense. It was trade for trade.
Yeah, but Kentaro misplay kinda cost me the match mirror. If I had moved that smarter, we would probably still be playing an hour from now because it was really close. But deserved win, my bad, and oh, this was fun.
Oh yeah, it was pretty rough. Like I don't know. I think I totally forgot. I need to remember about Focus and Fury because that loss of Sumo was just massive for me. It was such a setback.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, not bad, not bad. We got really.
The plan was
well
the turn
done.
before I would have been able to do the call shot on the Kentaro, dropping his initiative by one and have a full go with everyone at him again. So I was trying to do that actually, and when the timer ran out while I was like searching for the best mech to actually do the call shot. So yeah, things might have gone way different. But well, I guess we'll have a rematch at some point.
Well, you better win the loser bracket, and I better see you in the finals.
That would be amazing, right?
I actually thought you had the game there. As soon as I saw that Locust come in, I knew what was about to happen, and I was like, this is a disaster for me, because my Locust was actually too far back.
Yeah, I was confident, although I hadn't reserved down, that this would work out at all, but it didn't. I was like, yeah, right, when you brought the Locust back, I'm back in the game. But pitiful Kentaro move there. I just misjudged it. I didn't think you would be able to get into my bag, but well, smarter now.
It was actually, I did actually like that move. Like, I saw what you were doing. Like, you were basically getting yourself, even if I did get behind you, at least you put me out of the trees. But I guess, yeah, it was just so much damage into the back that it was just too much.
Well, I was fine with the trebuchet, but I thought I would be safe from Hunchback, and well, I guess it just worked out.
I actually rolled really lucky on your Hunchback too. I have the percentages up next to me, and I was like, oof, I have about 20% from the front, and I literally needed just everything to keep going into that CT.
Yeah, you would have needed like 3 hits, and well, you got those 3 hits. I was shielding left all the game, and everything left of that stupid hunchback was the left torso. But well, that's BattleTech.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a good game. I really enjoyed that actually. Do you know how long we played for? I haven't seen the recording yet.
I think it was 1 hour 40 minutes.
Wow. Actually, you had the better trades as well at the start with the I made a few misplays and I kept on not being able to fire my treb.
I'm not sure, you know, you did get quite some damage in on the hunchback, and I was getting worried whether my play in just scaring the sumo off so I can have a go with my sumo would actually work out, or just end me up with having spread my damage too thin and you knocking out my hunchback before I can do something significant.
Well, we all saw the power of the 4P though. It's pretty beastly. I do like it. It's a good mech.
It's amazing. It's certainly better than the Kintaro from a pure damage perspective. It's just, I love that one Kintaro with a trebuchet to just get some knockdowns in. I know other people, they run 2 hunchback 4Ps and then a 4G or an enforcer or something like that, but I just can't let go of what that knockdown mechanic and of Arclight in the trap. I really like her.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, well, I actually, this is your lance that I stole, and I can see the whole focus behind it, like with the, like I think if you swapped out the Kintaro for a 4P, you probably lose out on those easy sort of pilot hits as well. Plus then you lose out on knockdowns and things, because the treb's not going to knock anything down.
Yeah, plus they have the same alpha, it's just the endurance because of the bad heat management. I can dish out the same damage a 4P can for 2 turns, maybe 3, but afterwards things are better settled, or I'm in trouble.
Oh well, I better go. I better. Actually, did you want just a fun match? If you've got time, I don't mind.
I'd love to, but maybe, you know, tomorrow or later, because it's lunchtime here. My wife already asked, how long will you be playing?
Fair enough, fair enough.
I guess it's late at your place, and there's also a wife waiting for some evening entertainment.
I gave her the laptop and stuck her in the room.
I see. Well, if I get permission, I'm gonna ask how far dinner is, lunch is. I'd love to have another game, sure, just for fun.
Yeah, all good. Well, it'll probably be tomorrow, because yeah, it is a little late now. But hopefully I'll see you around. Good game.
Yeah, sure. Let's. What time tomorrow would be good for you?
Just think about tomorrow. I can do late-ish at night. I just won't record, I think, if you don't mind.
I'm completely cool about recording or not recording.
Oh no, it's just that I probably can't force the wife out of the room again if I want to record. But I'm happy for a game though. I definitely need the practice.
Well, sure thing. Just, you know, let me know on Discord. I'll be around. We'll find a way.
Yeah, no problem. Well, hopefully I will see you at the finals though, if I make it.
Well, that would be fun, but you know, we're gonna have a match tomorrow. We'll be around. We'll see each other. Having a final, the opening and the ending match, that would be like really funny and amazing. But there's so many other good guys out there.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.